Hello, my name is Liam Meier. I am part of the Globally podcast, and the following video has to do with about me and my partner and best friend for a very long time, Kyle Sachs. And we've been working for over a year on this very hard project, thinking of how we were going to do it, how we were going to pull it off. And now we think we are, after talking to a lot of people, of course, and communicating for a long time, doing schoolwork too, trying to balance everything out. We think we're finally ready to release this video and release this project that we've been working on for so long. This is the Ripple Project. We hope you enjoy. All right. Hello, and welcome to the Globally podcast. That is where this video will be posted. My name is Liam Meier. I've not posted on this channel for quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie. But that is because Kyle and I have been quite busy.
Yes.
So yes, that is who I am with today. This right here.
I'm Kyle. I'm working with Liam on an amazing project. It's the Ripple Project on raising money for Rhabdomyosarcoma. Correct. Which is very important and needs a lot of funding.
Right. So, Kyle, who I've known, the reason why I wanted to work with Kyle mostly on this is because him and I both have a shared history of family cancer, illnesses in general. Rhabdomyosarcoma, we have a whole website about this, as we will show a little overview as this video goes on. We'll scroll through our website where our GoFundMe is. We'll talk about all of this, but most importantly, I want to get back to why I chose Kyle. I wanted to work with Kyle on this. One, I've known Kyle since, pre-K.
Pre-K.
So we met up in elementary school, I think. Yeah, we met up in elementary school at the Jacksonville Country Day School. And we have been pretty much close, if not best friends ever since. So he's over at my house right now. We do work together all the time, even from separate schools.
Probably been working on this for over a year.
Correct. So we intended, of course, to have it done way earlier, as we posted.
We were putting a lot of time into it to make it perfect.
Right, and we also had
Give as much detail.
Yes, and other factors, of course, if we're being honest, like school and just getting prepared for college.
That too, yeah.
All of these factors, with those especially, that takes time, and this was kind of like a thing on the side that sometimes we had to put on hold, but we were working on it when we could. So, so Kyle and I, one day, we had a pretty big idea.
A vision.
We had a vision, yeah. We were talking about it for a while. What if we could do something for the community? We went through, of course...
Help those in need.
We went through, yeah, definitely. We went through multiple ideas. I would say, at first it was like, just general, kind of a broad spectrum. What if we do something like community-based? We make a GoFundMe on something. What if we do something with food? What if we do something just with like illnesses or like visit places?
What is important, really? That's
what's important.
What
and
needs to be solved?
Correct. What's important? What needs to be solved? And of course, all those things are just as important. But also, for Kyle and I, it's what do we connect to the most? What has not yet been addressed that sticks out?
Cancer.
Right. So Kyle is right, though. Cancer does have a huge effect on lives. And while it is addressed sometimes, and maybe in a more broader category, we have a lot of like more...
A lot of history.
There's a lot of history, and there's a lot of different types of cancers out there, and it's very hard to fund every single one of them. There are some that are still coming, that are brand new, and that are under-researched compared to others. Brain cancer is very popular, and it has a ton of research. What's not very popular? Our type of cancer. It's called Rhabdomyosarcoma. Do you want to explain that, or you want me to do that?
So Rhabdomyosarcoma is like a soft tissue cell cancer, which kind of affects many people throughout the body. Mm-hmm. So Liam's case, he can explain like his aunt, where she was affected.
Right. Yeah, so when my dad was younger, I was not even born yet. So I had an aunt, and that's the unfortunate part of it. I never even got to meet her. Aunt named Nicole, and she had cancer, rhabdomyosarcoma. Nobody knew it. Nobody knew that she had this cancer. It was underfunded and it was unidentifiable. He lived in Utah and there wasn't pretty much any research into this type of cancer. It was so rare and new at this time that, again, this is why now there needs to be research on it. This is why this needs to get funded and it needs to be addressed. It needs to be brought up, and it's another type of cancer that needs to be. There needs to be more solutions in what we can do with this. Just like any other cancer, all cancers are just as important.
Definitely,
and so is this one. So then, as for Kyle, Kyle also has some experience in this field with his family history of cancer too. So Kyle, if I remember correctly, you told me your grandmother. I think you once told me.
Yeah, she had liver
cancer.
Yes.
Right. How was that?
It was a tough time for her.
Yeah.
She was diagnosed. Well, about when she was younger, she found out that she had like a rare form of the liver disease.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of got worse as she got older, and it kind of developed into liver cancer.
Right.
And that was part of the reason how she passed away at the age of 78.
Yeah. And did you know her?
I did know her. I was very close with my grandmother.
That's good.
Yes.
That's very good.
Yes.
See, but Kyle's grandmother is just another example of, I mean, even though it wasn't rhabdomyosarcoma, if you agree, that's just another type of cancer that's...
Yes. All cancer is important.
There's some underdeveloped...
There's just some underdeveloped that...
Under-researched cancers.
Well, in Liam's case, unfortunately, it was his aunt who happened to be a type of cancer that was kind of not a lot of money is going into it.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Kyle and I, at that point, after sharing our family histories together, we were at a point in time where we were like, okay, we need to get together and we want to discuss... we want to fund a type of cancer, but again, like we've been saying, we want to go over one that has not yet been touched on that much, one that just hasn't been explored or hasn't had any money going towards it, possibly a new one. So we both shared our stories, of course, to each other, and eventually, I think we both decided that maybe rhabdomyosarcoma, my aunt's cancer, was probably the best way to go. Because that has little to no research or funds going towards it. So, yeah, we decided that together. And, of course, there are so many other cancers, again, like we've been saying, that are just as equally as important. But, we wanted to make a change to one at least while we can. And, who knows? Maybe if this project goes well, then we could branch out to other types of cancers that are also underfunded, under-researched. But yeah, so...
Thanks for listening, and...
Well, we're not done. Now we have to explain the project. Yeah.
Okay.
So
what is the Ripple Project?
Yeah, yes, so...
What? So, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's start now.
Say it again.
Now. Let's start now. So what is the... Ripple. Let's dive into the Ripple Project.
Okay. So what is the Ripple Project? So Kyle and I, of course, as we were going through this, we were thinking of ideas, a way to name this. And, as the project is about making a big change, we thought of the term, as weird as it sounds or cringy, however you want to put it, ripple.
Because of the ripple effect.
Right, ripple effect. And so then we came up with the Ripple Project. So, small actions can make big change. And that's what Kyle and I think. We started the Ripple Project to raise awareness and, of course, also support for rhabdomyosarcoma research and the families, too, that are impacted by the cancer. So, as you are probably seeing right now, if it's not up yet, here is our website. As you can see right now, we have, here's the Ripple Project up here. So, you can see the top screen, the type. Yeah. The title. So the Ripple Project, and then so awareness, fundraising, youth-led impact, what is rhabdomyosarcoma? It gives you a basis and a background to what you're donating to. We'll read it for you since we're here, because this is what the podcast is about. Rhabdomyosarcoma is a rare cancer that begins in cells that normally develop into skeletal voluntary muscle. Even though it's linked to muscle-forming cells, rhabdomyosarcoma can develop in many areas of the body. RMS is most commonly diagnosed in children and teens. Because it's rare, awareness matters. Learning the basics and supporting research can help more families get answers and care. And that's what we want to do. Especially, and that's just another reason, like we just read, it is very effective, or it appears a lot in children and teens.
A lot of research has been done into this.
Exactly. So, and Kyle and I are also children and teens, so we want to be able to help out those other kids who are not very fortunate and maybe might have this type of cancer. So, where can it appear? Head and neck, urinary, reproductive areas, arms, legs, and the trunk.
Everywhere, just everywhere, pretty much.
Pretty much, it can appear all throughout the body. Of course, as cancer sort of goes sometimes, there's a growing lump, swelling pain, and you just get symptoms on your nearby organs. And then how it's treated, we learned through, of course, like Kyle said previously, extensive research showed us that there's chemotherapy treatments, surgeries, and or other types of radiations. And there's even more if you'd like to look into it yourself, which we highly suggest you do. So then, as Kyle and I have explained, but we also have it here just for people who don't listen to the podcast. We have our project and why we started a GoFundMe. We basically covered both sides of our family. The most important thing that I would still probably add is how you can help. So we have a GoFundMe that we'll get to, but it's donate if you can, share the link with your friends if you can't, and talk about rhabdomyosarcoma with people more, so that you and they can learn about it. One post, one share, one donation, and that allows more support for families and research. And so our promise to you is that we'll keep building momentum and encouraging others to create their own ripple. So now we'll show you the GoFundMe link. And Kyle actually made this, so if he wants to talk a little bit about it, just where the money goes towards, how much we're attempting to raise, and just
all right. So
where we're planning to get the post the links.
Yeah.
Sorry, my apologies.
All right. So the money is going to go to Wolfson's Children's Hospital.
Right.
And just look up the Ripple Project. That's the title.
Mm-hmm.
And would you look at that? We've already raised $20 out of $5,000.
Correct. Yeah, we've had we did actually have a first donor a few months ago when we first started the GoFundMe. Now that we're actually heavily spreading it out now.
Yes.
And Kyle, where can people access this link?
You can access it on our Instagram page.
Instagram page, that's a good idea.
Or the website, or you can just look up GoFundMe.
Yes, but I think we also talked about something about putting links around our schools, papers.
Oh my gosh, right. Yes. How did I forget that?
Yeah.
We are gonna, what are we doing?
Okay, so Kyle and I, we decided a bit ago before we made this video that we wanted to, our extra way, of course, of spreading it, making sure it gets to you guys in particular, was that we were going to put links to our page and in little flyers around our schools. All you have to do is type in the website that we give you on it, and it should take you right to it. And then once there, you just got to donate. You may have to create an account, but yeah. We'll also be spreading this online. Like we said, we do have an Instagram page that you can follow, and we'll be making posts about our progress, how it's going. And again, like Kyle said, all of this money will be going to Wolfson's Children's Hospital.
And guess what? It's tax deductible.
That's true. It is tax deductible.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, with that being said, Kyle and I have had a great, awesome time. We've worked actually very hard on this, even though we're cracking a few jokes here and there, laughing it off. We have been working very seriously and very committed to this project. We're very serious about it, and we hope you are too. We hope that you guys want to donate, whoever you are, and we appreciate you if you do. But even if you don't, tell your friends, tell your family. Maybe you know someone who might want to donate, and you know what? That'll make us equally as happy. So again, thank you so much for watching this short podcast. We hope you follow us on the Ripple project and support our project going forward.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, have a nice day, night,
right.
Whenever you're watching this.
Right.
Bye-bye.
Adios.